day. What were some goals and were they achieved as far as first training?
Yeah, I think always, the first day is about just getting out there and enjoying doing our job again. This is the thing that we love to do. So, yeah, that was the goal of the day, and we definitely achieved that. I think this is a relatively unique year for us with so many returning players and not a lot of new faces. So, how can we keep the good things from last year, improve on them, and continue to work on the things we want to continue to get better at? But it's just sort of a shift in tone and mentality um, that we're talking about as a collective, and today was an opportunity to do a little bit of that on the field, not too much, but yeah, it was a good start.
You you're not really, because of the fact that you like to change, or you're not afraid to change lineups.
Uh huh.
There's no such thing really as camp battles or anything like that for yourself. Is that kind of, would you kind of say that, or are you kind of looking at positions where I don't know exactly who that starting
Yeah, I think
players
at
would
this
be?
stage of preseason, there's so many things that we want to try, and we want to see if that will fit with the personnel that we have. Um, you sort of touched on it there. I think one of the things that we pride ourselves on is being unpredictable. That you could face any lineup, you could face any personnel, you could face different formations, you could face different types of pressure from us. That's not going to change, but we want to sort of elevate that as we go. And I think having a ton of returning players really helps with that, because we're not starting from scratch again in regards to that. But in regards to individual players battling for spots, that's there every day. Um, and that's going to be what really elevates us and moves us forward, because the more they push each other, the better they're going to get.
I know you sort of have meetings with the players individually and as a team before coming out in the field. Just what have those conversations with players been like, um, sort of gearing up into this preseason?
A big sort of mantra of mine is and again, having a lot of returning players means that we've sort of lived this way. Is we're not waiting for someone to walk through the door and become the superstar. We're it. You're it. I'm it. Like that. That's sort of the mentality that I'm pushing them to think, that why not you? Why not us? Why not? Why can't it be that? And I think that again, with a big returning group, a big group that experienced what they did last year, felt a little short of where you ideally want to go, but achieved a lot of big things throughout the year. I think that's testament to what the group can be. So that's a big part of it. Um, so yeah, I think it'll be interesting how they all individually respond to that, and which ones do step up and go, yeah, it's me. I want it to be me. So we'll see.
And because you are kind of functionally running it back a little bit, only made a couple additions,
Uh-huh.
like how much of a jump do you feel like the team needs to make, and why are you kind of confident that they can make that jump season to season with it being more or less the same roster?
Yeah, look, I mean, the reality is that we achieved if you look at the data and the trends of the last year, we probably overachieved in a lot of areas. It's hard to think that you can continue to keep doing that, so we have to get better in some of those areas. But I think this group's quite a unique group for the Rain, in the sense that where they at in their careers, they're on a real development pathway. A big chunk of them, the older players, the more experienced players, are the ones that have to drag them up. And I think even last year, from game 1 to game 27, you saw big development in a lot of our players. I think, and the recognition of that would be how many people aren't here today because they're with the US women's national team, right? So that's what this team is now. It's a unique thing for this club. We haven't really been that way before. But to think that the group and as individuals will be the same as they were last year would be disappointing for us, right? That's our job, is to try and help them develop. So I think that's why we have confidence in us being able to be a little bit better than we were last year, because the expectation is that with development, training, experience, we should be able to resolve things that we couldn't quite do last year, but we didn't know that because they'd never experienced it before.
How much did you discuss last season? Like, did you guys start off with the talk about the Orlando match? Or yeah.
No, I
Yeah,
never
right,
really do that.
Oh, okay.
I've never really been anyone that's gone, this is how last year ended and now we need to be better at it, because we can't do anything about that now. All we can do is reflect on it and say, okay, not in that singular moment, but like as a trend throughout the whole year, what were we good at? What do we need to get better at? What do we really need to improve on? And I think the biggest thing that we did well last year was we were really hard to score on, and we have to keep that up. This league is unforgiving, it's hard, and to think that we're gonna turn around and go from, I can't remember how many goals we scored, but whatever amount of goals we scored last year and double that, we're not going to do that. Like, I wish we did. I wish we were going to do that, but it's hard to think that we are. So making sure that we stay in that mentality of being really hard to beat is crucial, and be a little bit better on the other side of the ball and create more opportunities, because last year we proved that we converted the chances we created.
Mm-hmm.
So sense would tell you, create more, you're going to score more, with the same people, right? Like, that would make sense. So that's sort of the mindset.
And then Phoebe was running on the side. How is she doing? And you get Ryan. I don't know if this is the first time she's really been in full training, or her coming back.
Yeah, Ryan obviously was really close at the end of last season, probably a couple of weeks away from being into a game. Phoebe is a dog pulled her in the wrong direction. It's just like nothing major. She's going to be fine. This one over here is going to be fine. I think it's just, first day back, you want everyone to be here and everyone be fine. But they've been doing a lot of work in the off season to get themselves prepared. Even though this is our first day of official training, a lot of them have been training since sort of January 1st. So, we're feeling a little bit of the effects of that, but there's nothing major and everyone should be okay. Yeah.
You speak about the goal scoring department. I know everything, once you signed it with me official, was anything you get last season was going to be extra, right? Just what are you looking for from this year? Just what's it been like the build up for this season? Because obviously it's like from the signing point, it was next year is kind of the big year for Mia.
Yeah, I think that she knows that. She's not naive to not know that. I think that's exactly it. It's what now we can truly evaluate you and where you're at, and she's very keen on proving where she's at and how much she's improved, and coming into this league, getting used to this league again, well, for the first time really, but playing and training consistently. She hadn't done that for a lot of years, so now it's like a blank sheet of paper really, of like, okay, you did all of that, you've experienced it, you've felt what this league's about, now it's a true time to evaluate where you really are.
And can you speak a little bit about Sofia Sedeno's journey? Because I know she got set on loan, that got terminated, now she's back. Can you speak about her arc and what you see from her?
Yeah, I mean, she's really talented, uber talented actually. I'm really excited for her. She's crafty, technically very good, just has a little spark about her that I'm intrigued to how far we can push it quickly. But I'm very excited about her.
And Lynn's obviously away from the team for exciting reasons. Are you expecting to have her back at any point this season? How do you fill that void up top?
I'm hopeful. Yeah, I think obviously right now it's all about her taking care of herself and her baby, and hopefully whenever the time comes that she gives birth and everything's happy and healthy, then we look to what that looks like. My very sketchy guess is post the summer break is at an absolute minimum, probably later into the year, probably into the fall, but whenever we can get Lynn back, we'll be very happy about that.
We just haven't signed Brittany Radcliffe after we had talked to you last week. Just what are you, obviously you're familiar with her from Utah. Why did you want to sign her? What are you hoping she brings this year?
Well, experience, right? Like, I think we have a group that needs that. It needs more of that, and she brings that. She's been in winning teams. She's played in a lot of different roles within teams, starting off the bench. And I think her experience of living that can really help generate what we want from our less experienced players.